5, we are looking and following pushback to a proposal that would bring a $1 billion transmission line to several communities in Northern Virginia. The project would span from Lynchburg through Orange, Culpeper, and Spotsylvania counties.
The utility company says it is needed to power data centers, businesses, and homes. But as our Nick Minock shows us, several residents are speaking out against the proposed path.
We did everything here ourselves, and this is why this property means so much to me.
Mr. and Mrs. Cotton are showing us where a massive high-voltage transmission line and easement would be placed on their property. It would cross through the side of their yard, and they would see it from their back deck.
They're going to clear out all these trees that's going to run from that side all the way up to the back corner of my property. So the easement's going to be like right where the tree line is. That's how close it's going to be to the house.
The proposed transmission lines would transform their piece of paradise in Orange County. The lines would require many of their trees to be torn down. The 115-mile-long transmission line would impact thousands of homeowners like them, farmers, and rural landscape in about 9 Virginia counties, including Spotsylvania and Culpeper counties. The Cottons aren't alone in their concerns. A group of Orange County residents told 7 News about how the towering transmission lines would impact their homes and farmland.
I feel like I'm fighting for my family that's in the area and my grandson, because he will potentially leave Chase, the farm.
And they want a farm. And what can you do with the power lines here?
This is taking away their future, basically. We want the grandkids to live there. They're eventually going to get our house. It will completely change their way of life and ours. It's very sad. It really is sad.
It sucks.
We're not happy with it at all.
It's horrible, it's unjust, it's destroying farmland, it's destroying lives, it's destroying the rural character of Virginia. It's unnecessary, it should be stopped. This is our lot. We've got tons of kids on our property. I got 8 kids of my own, and they all come out and they play. They walk down here, they go to the creek.
Delegate Philip Scott represents Orange and Spotsylvania counties. He faults state lawmakers for passing the Virginia Clean Economy Act, which mandates a transition to 100% clean energy grid for the state's major utilities.
We can't put up natural gas power stations anywhere anymore. So in order to meet the need, instead of exploring alternatives, they're just trying to create the easiest proposal to get power from point A to point B, and for them, it's cutting through rural Virginia.
We worked hard our whole life and paid our place off, and we are nearing retirement and want to enjoy our life, and they stole that from us.
I spoke to Dominion Energy over the phone. They told me their company needs to transport a lot of electricity from Lynchburg to Northern Virginia to power data centers, homes, and other industry in places like Prince William County, Loudoun County, and Fairfax County. But residents I spoke to here in Orange County feel like this is so unfair. They don't have a single data center in operation here in Orange County, so they feel like this is unfair, that this line is ripping through their homes, their farmland to power the energy needs of Northern Virginia. Reporting in Orange County, Nick Minock, 7 News.
Nick, thank you. The Spotsylvania County Board of Supervisors already sent a letter to the State Corporation Commission opposing the transmission line. The letter reads in part, quote, "The area of the county that the proposed route passes through is largely pristine rural farmland and forests. The line would negatively impact residents and operations of local farms, as well as changing the historic character and the landscape of the area," end quote.
7 News has also reported on the Next Era Energy Transmission Project. It would bring over 100 miles of high voltage lines through Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Maryland, and Virginia. Next Era is offering money to homeowners for their land, and they're also seeking approval from West Virginia state leaders for eminent domain. 7 News spoke to families in West Virginia who are concerned not only about that request, but the higher prices they could see on their energy bills. And in Maryland, the proposed Piedmont Reliability Project would run through Baltimore, Carroll, and Frederick counties. Developers there are still trying to collect data about the land when they want to run the lines, but they've faced significant pushback from landowners who have sued and even allegedly threatened violence against surveyors.